Why, hello there, miss. Are
Hello.
you from long ago?
Yes, I am. Are you?
I am as well. How did people travel long ago?
By riding or getting pulled by horses.
Oh. And do you know how people travel nowadays in the 21st century?
Yes, by cars, airplanes, trains, motorcycles,
Wow.
trucks.
Okay. Hi everyone. It's Mr. Wyman, and
Mrs. Scarlet.
are you going to be Mrs. Scarlet?
Yes.
No, it's Miss. Say Miss Scarlet.
Miss Scarlet.
I'm going to edit that.
And maybe earlier in the years, there were going to be flying cars.
Oh my goodness, are you saying in the future people may not even be driving cars with wheels and parking on streets?
Nobody just flying around.
You never know.
Well, maybe.
Today's math problem, the bonus problem, has to do with parking cars nowadays. So let me explain to you a little bit about this parking meter problem. This morning I was leaving feedback for your incredible explanations for how to figure out the answer to this question. How much will it cost to park all day long? Now, it's important for you to understand that this is for the whole day, all day. And you should have clicked on this screenshot that has a picture of the parking meter and the information that you need in order to solve this problem. Now, long ago, you wouldn't have had to pay at a parking meter, but nowadays you do. And if you're going to park all day long downtown, you're going to have to look at the details of the parking meter very, very closely. A few of you did. The first response I came across that identified one of the problems of the day was Ariana's. She recognized that some of the time for the day would not need to be paid for because it was free, according to the information on the parking meter. Another polite pirate who saw this was Caleb. And between Caleb and Ariana, they identified to park at the meter for 2 hours. There's a limit. If you are caught with your car being parked there for longer than 2 hours, guess what? You could end up coming back to your car and finding a ticket. I googled what happens when you exceed the limit of a parking meter, and I know from experience that you're not going to get away with this. In fact, there's some places like Washington, D.C. where if you try to simply move your car to a different parking meter and then feed that meter, you could still get in trouble and might wonder how they know that you've been parked there for about 2 hours. One of the ways I've seen is parking meter attendants, people who specifically monitor parking meters, will go around with chalk and they'll mark tires, and then they will specifically go around the block and come back to that area within 2 hours or after 2 hours. And if there's still a car there with chalk on the tires, then they know that that car has been there too long. So how much does a parking meter ticket cost? Well, they can range in prices. A typical parking ticket, though, costs between $10 and $20. I've gotten them for $15 and $20, $18. That's pretty normal. So in addition to a parking ticket, there's something even worse that could happen to you if you exceeded the limit of your parking meter. What's that, Scarlett?
Your car can get towed.
What's that mean?
You will have to cost a lot of money, and also you have to pay the police and the towing company what you don't want to do, but you want your car back. So
That's exactly right.
So don't waste your time.
Getting your vehicle towed would be more than just a waste of time. In addition to having to find your vehicle, you'd have to actually pay to get it released, and then you have to reimburse the towing company because the police aren't going to pay for the tow. And it could cost, I think, generally around $300. It's never happened to me, but I Googled it, and you've got a bunch of prices here. So, if it costs between $100 and $800 to have a vehicle towed, and it costs between $10 and $20 for a ticket, because you probably get a ticket earlier than 10. Let's say that someone, not you because you're too smart for this, but someone unwittingly parked their car at this parking meter from 7 a.m. until 7 p.m. Here's your bonus problem. It's going to be tough. What would be the minimum amount of money that they would pay, okay, if they got a parking ticket and they got towed and they paid for the first 2 hours of parking? And also, so what would be the smallest amount of money that they could get away with paying for accidentally breaking the rules and parking for more than 2 hours? And then what would be the maximum? What would be the biggest amount of money that they would have to pay, that they would end up paying? That's your super crazy polite pirate bonus problem of the day. Take your time doing it. Work it all out on paper. I would love to see your work and have you explain what you were doing by writing on the screen and telling us what you did to figure things out. Even though this is going to be tough, it's going to be a challenge. I hope you have fun working it out, and I can't wait to see your responses. Hi, it's Mr. Wyman and
Mrs. Scarlett.
Mrs. Scarlett, married? Hi everyone, it's Mr. Wyman and
Mr. Scarlett.
Mr. Scarlett, are you a
Mrs.
man?
Scarlett.
Alright. How about just Miss Scarlett?
Okay.
Okay. Hi everyone, it's Mr. Wyman and
Mrs. Scarlett.
oh brother, you messed it up again. It's Miss.